The noise canceling just works so good.
It does. It works really well. Okay. God dang.
What are you doing over there, man?
I broke my neck. Old 6.0 junk.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Anyway,
Can't get away from it.
it is August 14th. The 5-3. Currently still on stand. We got about 2.5 weeks until LS Fest. It's been about a week since I've been over here to CJ's house. He has been working on this engine a little bit. He's got the front accessories back on it. Shot it with a little paint, put the headers on it. He is working on finishing up the front sump oil pan. We got the pickup tube installed with new O-ring. All the goodies have been installed. Basically, we are just finishing up a couple things. We're going to marry this engine to the transmission, hopefully tonight, and put it in the corner and get the car pulled in. Get the Torino pulled in here tonight is the goal. We'll see if that happens. Hopefully it does. We got a few hours. We're going to work here tonight. I leave for out of town Saturday, and then I'll be back in a few days, and then we'll get back on this car. About to run that grinder.
Fitting to make some noise.
Make some noise, brother. In case you were wondering, this is about to get messy.
There's no real clean way to go about doing this.
Nope.
You just got to kind of commit and do it. And understand that you're going to paint the floor red. All right.
Oh, that wasn't bad.
It wasn't too hateful. You want to try and hold up on it the best you can when you're pulling it out, or it'll rest on the bottom of that seal that's not normally rested weight on, and then you'll ruin the seal, and you won't know you did that until you start the car and it dumps all the transmission fluid out of the bell housing. Ask me how I know.
For when you put the new one on, that's going to make a mess.
You think?
Yep.
We're about to find out. Go ahead and get a little
Because getting the new one on, you got to clunk, clunk.
Yeah, we got to count the clunks.
That second clunk is always like, was it real? And then you have to pull it back off and clunk, clunk, and whoosh.
You got to have three.
Oh, so
Three distinct clunks. Yeah.
Close, too.
You have two splines, and then you have the
Oh.
splines that are
This
made
mine?
into the. Yeah. I don't have a water out. I got my ginger ale, dude.
Creek water.
Alrighty. I'm gonna go with the birthing pose. Practice your breathing exercises. Spins, clunks.
That's it.
That's it right there.
Good job. First try. What?
Yeah.
Watch out now.
It's slippery right there. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Get on there.
12.
There's 15 right there.
You got to be.
Upsy daisies.
You got to leave here in a minute, don't you?
Huh?
You got to leave here in a minute, don't
I
you?
got about an hour. And I'm going to need you to give me a ride. My truck's down there.
Oh. How'd you get here?
The van. The Mustang was down there. Tiffany stopped, dropped my truck off, grabbed her Mustang. It's a whole thing.
Gotcha.
I got too many cars.
Yeah.
No such thing.
Pneumatic.
You're doing great.
Pop, 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 pop. I'm I'm gonna find you one.
Okay, that'll be good.
Good there.
Yeah.
Now these
Wow.
bolts
There's a big gap.
on the bottom.
No, between the door converter and the flex plate.
Probably normal.
You think that's normal?
I have no idea.
I don't know if that's normal.
Huh?
I don't know if that's normal or not. You don't want to pull it out of the transmission, right?
Well, they give you extra.
They give you extra?
I don't know. You want to call Jake? Whatever the hell his name is? Just phone a I mean, what are you talking? Half inch?
I'll send a picture of it to him.
Phone a friend. Regis, I'd like to phone a friend. Ooh, horsefly right off the gate.
Perfect. So you got a saddle on him? When I bought it, it wasn't multiple colors. So the plan was to make it actually a really nice car on the outside. So I made the trip to Michigan, I believe it was, or Illinois, one of those not here states, and got fenders and this door that were rust free, but
It's still not that bad.
It's starting to bubble at the bottom. That side I think's got a bubble in it, and then the door is most definitely rotted out. You don't have to worry about the
rain,
the door sills. It hasn't rained that much.
Yeah.
In the past 5 years. Door still works good.
Oh, mama. Looks very snake-like.
The door panels are in the back.
That's good.
I had to take the door panels off to get the mirrors off because my dad stole the mirrors and then returned them. So the door panels were removed.
Any wasp up in the top?
Nope, the headliner's gone.
That's good.
If I remember that correctly. There's the bows for the headliner. I could see the frame from here through the hole.
Oh yeah, you can.
We'll probably have to seal that up because burnout smoke will come through that and
Right.
it'll stink. Dang. That's why I ordered new tires for it today. The fronts. The backs I put on, they were brand spanking new when we were tooling this car around. I don't want to walk in those weeds. Maybe we get the hood up here somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. Feels just like I remember.
Flushes.
Something.
Oh God, big fire.
Did you see those sparks?
That was awesome.
That was insane-o.
Could you tell which one it was?
The battery.
Man, these mosquitoes are... Go ahead. Oh.
I think it's the ground. You mean the battery wrench?
Yeah.
Fuel yet?
Go again. No.
You want to instigate it along with some sauce?
Yeah. Oh, you got fuel immediately. Yeah, it's pumping. Hold on a second. Okay.
Look at the schmoo blowing out of the side pipes.
It's pumping good. I don't know that it's there yet.
Might have to keep it running on the brake clean.
Go ahead.
sweet. Had to get up out of the hole a little bit.
Yeah. You got plenty of room on my side.
Alright, so I figured we're doing this whole thing and it all revolves around this car right here. So I figured I owe it to give a little bit of explanation as to why this car is so special and why it's important that we save this car. So I've had probably well over 200 cars since I was the age 16, and it's a lot. I've had everything except for BMWs and Cadillacs. I've never had either one of those things, but I've had just about everything else. Anyways, it started pretty much like you would imagine in high school and just out of high school with pretty well just clapped out turds. I had a pretty well almost restored 78 Bronco with my first truck, and after that pretty much everything went downhill, as you would imagine. So I grew up around hot rods and old cars, but they were always kind of, besides my Bronco, they were kind of out of reach, because I needed it to be a reliable thing. I didn't really have any toys. Everything I flipped through was a daily. It's something that I took to work, I took to school. Didn't really have any toy cars or anything to play with besides what I was driving every day. So I had to kind of keep that in mind. So it stayed pretty well above the 80s and didn't really venture much older than that, just because I didn't have the money at the time to make something like that, let buy something like this, until 2016, when I had enough cheddar in my pocket and I was cruising through Craigslist. That dates it. And I found this car in West Virginia. It was a retired 8th mile drag car that was pretty well rotted out in the bottom. The body wasn't too horrible. The doors were junk and the fenders had rust in them. And it was red oxide primered. It evidently had a mildly built 351 Windsor and a C6 and a 9-inch, with some ridiculous 456 gears in it because it was an 8th mile car. And it had no interior in it, and it had a title. And it was on some skinnies up front, ball drag slicks in the back. And I fell in love with it. I've always loved the Starsky and Hutch car from the TV show back in the day, and I wanted my own. That car I know is a coupe, and this is a fastback, but the fastback's cooler. Why not make a cooler car? So that was my plan. I was going to gussy it up, fix the rust, put an interior back in it, make it a nice car, shoot some paint on it, and build my Starsky and Hutch Torino. Well, life got in the way. We got the car running and driving reliable enough to where we can go to cruise-ins with it. At the time, Tyler had a T-Bird, and we would take bomb both those cars all around to the local cruise-ins, with the boat carpet interior and Ford 500 seats in this, and tire shine was the only shiny thing on it, not even the bumper. But you know what? It was a blast, and this was my first, besides my Monte Carlo I had, This is my first actual, what you would consider a hot rod, something that you could actually take to a cruise in, and you're not going to look like an idiot. And I fell in love with this car so much. Fast forward more years, it was my toy car. I didn't drive it every day. I didn't even really take it to the store. If it wasn't going to a cruise in or out to get ice cream, the car was sitting at home. So, fast forward some years, I had moved houses. The car stayed. I took it with me everywhere I went, and moved around a little bit, and the car sat for about a year on gravel. And it came time for a car show that I wanted to take it to, and my now wife was taking her restored Toyota. I wanted to take my hot rod, so I fired her up and drove it into town, and that's about a 30-minute drive. And along that 30-minute drive, I hadn't drove the car in about a year. It was acting kind of funny. It was down on power, and it was starting to smell kind of funny. Come to find out, when I got where I was going, I shut the key off, and it didn't shut off. The engine was so hot that it was dieseling, and it eventually petered out and died. Once I lifted the hood off and seen that the rubber gaskets and the valve covers had melted onto the headers, I knew she was hot. Reason for that is, this was a drag car. Drag cars don't run antifreeze. I ran antifreeze in it, but the prior owner did not. For years, the motor is full of rust. It had rotted out the freeze plug on the driver's side. Little did I know, that little pinhole seeped out all the coolant that was in it, and I drove it for 30 minutes with absolutely zero liquid in the radiator or the block. And that was a pretty big blow. So after that, I trailered the car to my now father-in-law's house. It sat there in the field for a couple of years until I moved it again to another field. It sat there for a few more years, and I was kind of just discouraged. I still loved the car, and I knew that if I got rid of it, I wouldn't ever get another Torino, and the Torino is on my bucket list of forever cars. And I didn't want to get rid of that. I didn't want to let go of that dream, so I kept the car with the plans to eventually fix the motor. Fast forward to now, I own the speed shop and this pretty good sized piece of land, so I finally went to go pick up the Torino from the field it was sitting in. And I wish I would have documented that, because everybody said that it wasn't going to run and drive onto the trailer, and I knew that that little motor in there still had some fight in it. I went there with a boat tank and a battery. I stuck both of those in there, the boat tank going straight into the carburetor, and it turned over twice and fired up and idled. And I drove it onto the trailer and brought it here. And it sat here for a little while, probably about a year, until I got tired of seeing it sit here, because I got to see it every day, pulled it in the shop, yanked the motor out, knocked new freeze plugs in it, shot some blue on it, new gaskets, and stuck it back in the car. And I didn't drive it after that. It ran and it held coolant then. And it didn't seem to get hot, but I didn't drive it because it still needed the interior redone from all that sitting. And the tires were junk. It just wasn't worth my time at the time, because I had my Maverick that had become my new baby, and that I had took that car across the country twice already by the time we had gotten to here. I had completely built it from the ground up, and this car was on the back burner. So, day came where we had my gender reveal party for my daughter, which required a burnout. My dad's Ranchero supplied the burnout with the pink smoke to tell us that we were having a daughter. But I couldn't let him have all the fun. Everybody was going out there, and the Hellcats and Mustangs and anything that was here doing little burnouts in front of the house. I couldn't be left out of my own party. So I fired old girl up, went out there, and I did burnouts until it ran out of gas. And then I put gas in it, and then I did burnouts again until I figured the cops were going to show up. I pulled her around the side of the shop where you just saw us drag it out of, shut the key off, rolled the windows up, and walked away from it, and I hadn't touched it since. Like I said, it just needed more than I was willing to do. I've got other projects in line until now, when Red comes up with the idea that we're going to go to LS Fest. I had bought the LS parts and everything to swap it into a Crown Vic. I sold the Crown Vic beginning of this year, I had a Lincoln Aviator. I was going to LS swap the Aviator, sold that, and it just never happened. I had 2 motors, transmission, and a wiring harness, computer, and everything, and nothing to put it in. Until one day he decided it needed to go in something, and it needed to go in this car. Because we knew, he told me, and it's completely true, if we don't do this to this car, and do this trip, and make these memories, then this car would die over there where it was sitting. Because there would be no push to actually do anything to it. If you see my collection of cars and projects, you will know that those things get top priority typically, because this is a constant and it's over there, it's out of the way, it's not doing anything. So we're reviving this car, making it faster, making it more fun, making it reliable again, and making it 3 out of 10 comfortable on the inside. And we're going to do this trip. And hopefully it survives the trip, and then I can play with it more, and actually maybe with overdrive, drive it to work, or, you know, run errands. Maybe we even put air conditioning in it and make it like an actual daily driver. That would be pretty cool. But till we get to that point, we got to get this motor swapped. We got to get this thing cleaned up and get an interior put back in it that's not infected with the hantavirus, and do some more burnouts. That sounds like a plan.
All right, catch us up to speed in 30 seconds.
Motor didn't come out as quite as easy as we expected it to, but it is currently dangling above the car. There's a giant mess in the floor. I cut my transmission with a Sawzall, and here we are.
Perfect. That was almost exactly 30 seconds.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah. All right, engine, transmission is coming out. This is going to go sit in there tonight. It's coming out.
It's got a LS motor in it.
It's in there. This side fits really well with the header. This side's going to be a little tight with the steering gearbox. We'd have to take the header off this side to get her mocked up. It's just sitting right now. It's just sitting in on the mounts. It's got to come up about a 1/2 inch on both sides. Transmission's sitting really well. Good chance we'll be able to use the drive shaft that was in the car by switching the yokes. What do you think?
And shorten about 2 inches out of it.
Yeah, we got to shorten it.
We gotta do that.
Yeah.
But we thought originally that we were not going to be able to use it because it was going to need like 6 inches out of it.
Yeah.
And the drive shaft has a step in it that we wouldn't be able to shorten into. But this motor and transmission mounts, it's the oil pan rides happily further forward than the Windsor did. So that cheated our longer transmission up and saved us some. So maybe.
I think we're going to call it for tonight. It's getting pretty late. We both have to work tomorrow.
It's morning now.
It's morning time, but we needed to do it
It needed to be in here.
tonight, like today.
Tonight, so
Yeah.
it's in.
One thing else too.
That's too tall.
Yeah, this is definitely going to hit the hood. So they sell a bracket to basically take this and move it to the side, correct?
Yeah, it moves the power steering lower. It replaces this whole big old piece of cast aluminum, lowers the power steering and moves the alternator down here on the side, and gets better hood clearance. The entire internet says that you can't run truck accessories on a car because they never fit. And yeah, they were right.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit. And I do want to run the hood. Gotta run the hood.
Yeah. No hood's like straight out of the trailer hood.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too trashy.
Yeah.
We're trying to be.
If you got to stay cool, you got to take a hood off. I
We
get
might
it.
end up having to pull the hood off anyway. So,
Right.
You know,
I doubt it. I mean, we have no inner fenders. Like
Right.
I can see my feet.
classy trashy.
Right. Well, we're gonna probably wrap it up. I didn't film a whole lot tonight, mainly because my phone was dead when I first got here, and then we charged it. We started working, and we ran into a bunch of different snags, of course, right out of the gate. Getting the Windsor out, but we got it out. We got the LS in, just sitting here. Probably this weekend.
This weekend it should be mounted.
Yeah, mounted like a part of the car this weekend.
Saturday we're going to the junkyard to get the last little bits. We're gonna get a console, so we restore the interior when we put all that together, and a fuel tank out of something.
Some kind of car.
That will fit in the trunk.
Yeah.
Because the two we've got are about 7 feet too long.
Right. The only thing I'm honestly worried about at this point is the exhaust on this side.
I'm not that worried.
I am, because if we can't make the header fit and the manifold doesn't fit,
fight the manifold in there. And the manifold's pretty thick. If we had to grind the manifold, we'll do that. But this car had long tube headers on it.
yeah. We'll see. All right, well, we'll do it again this weekend. I think this weekend, man, we'll get.
We're gonna really buckle down.
Yeah.
We're in crunch time, man.
Yeah.
It was. We were skating earlier in this video.
It's time to go.
Now we're sweating.
It's time to go, man. It looks cool.
Because did you tell the people that we're booked now? Like we're legit.
Oh yeah. So
the gates.
So I booked our hotel like a month ago.
Yeah.
Because the guy was like, man, 24 hours ahead of time. Call me, we cancel it, get your money back. Okay. Wow. That's still booked. We're closing in on the time. And now CJ has booked us in the actual car show. Like we're in the event, it's paid for. So we have to get this done.
This car is booked to be inside the gates of LS Fest, like in the show. People are going to look at this car.
Gotta do it, man. It's coming along.
Hopefully they don't look too close.
Don't look close.
Just look from afar like...
It's a 50-footer.
That's a car.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, it's after midnight. We both got to work. We're going to wrap it up tonight. Old motor out, new motor in.
That was the goal.
That's what we did.
3 days later.
Turns out, if you're LS swapping your Torino, what you need is a drive shaft out of a two-wheel drive Ford Expedition. That's the right length.
Now you know. Now you just got to get it out of there.
You just got to get these rusty bolts broken. That'll probably be pretty easy.
What that back
stuff stuck in my eye.
Yeah, still fighting the big eye booger.
Actively crying. I'm so emotional about this drive shaft.
All right, we have found a center console that we believe is going to work. You've actually used this console before.
Yeah, Mercury Milan, which I'm about to make these unobtainable for Crown Vics, fits perfectly in a Crown Vic, matches the dash, just goes right up in there, screw it down. I had one of these in my last Crown Vic, and it, if you ever had a Crown Vic, you know that center consoles are not a thing, because the civilian ones just had a flip down armrest, and the cop cars all had that big ugly steel thing. So this one, yeah, fits perfectly. You just plug this hole with whatever you want to put there. I put a Tupperware container upside down inside of it that was black, and it just made a little cubby. But this one will probably fit. If it doesn't, then we'll just make it fit, because you gotta have cup holders.
Believe it or not, this is going to be the fuel tank donor. 2015 Sonic.
Sonic.
Yeah,
It's got a 455 holds in it.
that's what we're after. Fuel tank. The fuel pressure semi close to what we're after, but we do have a regulator that we can use. So always got to be watching out when you come to these junkyards, because people are absolute trash. Piece of crap, man. You could be rolling around in there and that thing stick right in your leg.
That'd be bad.
Yeah. It's gone, man. Almost midnight. We've been at this just about all day. I had to work until noon. I came over here to CJ's right after work, and then we shagged over to our local U-Pull and Pay junkyard. We got a handful of parts. We got a drive shaft, a fuel tank, center console. We were looking for seat belts, but we're just going to buy some lap belts on Amazon for that. A pigtail for the alternator, because we have to move the alternator. This is Amazon, right?
Yeah.
So Amazon bracket to basically take the alternator from up here in a pickup truck and move it down a little bit so the hood will clear in a car. In a truck, normally you got the bigger, taller hood, especially like HD 6-liter stuff. It's real tall. In a car, obviously it's lower, so that has to be done. And then the power steering pump will mount to the bottom, reroute the belt, and we're good. We got the headers on today. Had to do a little modifying thanks to your dad.
Slightly custom. Shout out to Senior.
Yeah, for real. Headers are on. You're working on transmission and cross member.
And this fish.
And this fish.
The cross member is almost done. Got to get that under there, and then we can actually pick the car back up, get the front pipes on it,
yeah,
and get the drive shaft in it.
Yeah. I got the old fuel cell out, so it's ready for the new one to go in.
Yep.
Run some fuel line for that.
Yep. Once the patch
Yeah, we had
hardens up.
Our local U-Pull and Pay. Every car that comes in, they take an air hammer, and it doesn't matter if it's a plastic tank, metal tank, doesn't matter, and they plunge an air hammer in the tank.
That's sketchy on a metal tank.
Yeah, man, that could spark. It definitely could.
Kablooey.
But, so we had to do a little patch job. I'm highly confident that's going to be totally fine.
There's 2 different types of JB weld on it.
Yeah, and both of which didn't say they were recommended for gas. But
one was made for gas.
Oh, yeah.
The other one didn't say don't use it on gas.
Dude, we're good. Look at this cream puff interior. Man, that is slick.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be putting the red bucket seats in it. I kind of like the way it looks gray on gray.
Clean these up. Get that moss out of here.
Yep.
That's slicker than a minnow Peter,
Get that
dude.
light gray carpet that's over there in it.
Yeah.
It'll look good.
Yeah, man, I like it. I like it. Like I said, we got the trunk empty, ready for the fuel cell. Do everything we can to probably wrap that fuel cell up nice and tight. I say fuel cell, it's a gas tank. I mean, it's out of a 2015 Chevrolet Sonic. So, sweet. It's coming together slowly.
One calamity at a time.
Yeah, one piece at a time. It's coming together. We got this big bracket off. I'm about ready to take the alternator off and mount it. Make sure it fits in here. We got the time lapse running up here. I'm going to drop a lot of time lapses and stuff throughout this episode, or throughout this video, I mean. Anyway, just wanted to give an update. We've just been hammering. I've just been rolling through stuff here. I haven't really been filming a whole lot, but
really, for this whole project to be feasible, the car needs to drive.
Middle of this week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was thinking.
Drive middle of this week and going back and forth to work next week, leading up to when we leave.
Yeah.
Work out any kinks, any problems that may
come
come
up. You know there's going to be some.
No.
All right, we're going to get back to work. Yeah, we're hustling. I want this thing to be tightened up good tonight. So let's get back to her. All right, this is it.
The Aces Jackpot LS. Jackpot Plus because I got the transmission control built into it. Comes with the installation papers. 7-inch touchscreen dash. At the time they were doing a promo. That was an upgrade from the 5-inch.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, the 5-inch is what I had in the boat. So this got the big dog.
So, just before we get too deep, what does this cost? What did it cost at the time of you buying it?
At the time of me buying it, it was on promo, which they're always running promotions. It was $799.
Man, you cannot beat that. In the Holly equivalent?
It's over $1,000.
Right.
And that's not counting the transmission control.
Right.
You have to get a separate module, from what I understand, on a Holly to run a transmission control. So, it's not a Terminator. It's not as user-friendly as a Holly.
Right, but it make it run.
But it's going to make it run. It does all the stuff a Holly does. It has the same self-learning, self-tuning. All I have to do is tell it the basic parameters of the motor, and it'll figure it out.
It's pretty cool.
So we got the screen. Got the ECU. Which...
Those are like GM clips that snap on.
Clips on, and then it's got the clip that locks it in there.
Yeah.
Got something bubble wrapped up here. I believe that is the dash mount.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, the mount for the touchscreen. Got the keychain to go on the keys. That is the adaptolator to plug in the computer so you can tune it. I've got another cord over there that does that. Those are stanchions that are isolated for the computer. We mount the computer to the firewall. One of these is 504, and the other one is 041. They're different sensors. That looks like some sort of vacuum jobby. We'll learn all this when we read the Bible. There's another sort of vacuum.
That's on the intake.
We'll be replacing those.
Yeah.
The Aces brand. These are weld-in bungs, but we don't need those because the front pipes that came with the headers have the O2 bungs already in them. Sticker for the back window. This is the GPS antenna for the speedometer and a USB extension if you wanted to tune from the car next to you. AN wrench, which we're not classy enough to use AN lines. This kit came with a free extra pressure sensor, so if we were to do some sort of crazy stuff with this motor, we could add an extra sensor into it to read pressure of something. That is CAN cord, so you can plug into the dash itself with the computer if you wanted to. And then,
My gosh.
the wiring harness. Dual O2 sensors, one in each bank.
Transmission.
Yep, that plugs into the transmission. And that is likely, that goes to the shifter. Turbine.
This goes to the computer.
That goes to the computer.
That goes to the side of the
Yeah.
transmission. That's what I was wondering. So on the 4L80, there's that shifter with the electronic.
Yeah, I don't know.
That doesn't. That's what I was looking at online
Yeah, there's
last night.
transmission.
Yeah.
Oh, just kidding. We're gonna learn.
Yeah. Anyway, once we get this thing laid out, I'll open up this camera again. All right, so we got her unboxed, and it doesn't look quite as bad. There's a lot of stuff here that it's kind of like doubles.
It's all doubles. I don't really understand why we have two identical transmission harnesses.
Maybe it's different VSS, yeah.
What's the part number on the sticker here? One's transmission pro, one's transmission.
Okay,
I don't
so
know.
there's a difference there for whatever reason.
Yeah, there is a difference between the two. We're gonna have to read the book, and
Yeah, it'll tell
the
us.
book will tell us the differences here.
But like this one here, this is your coils.
Yep.
No, this is your injectors.
Those are injectors. These are the cam and crank sensors, which we have doubles of those as well, but we also have 24 tooth and 58 tooth.
We're just gonna figure out which one you
Just have
got.
to figure out which one we've got. Those are both your coils.
Yeah.
These are the up on the intake, so we've got TPS map and intake air temperature and the idle air control. We have 2 of those for whatever reason. This is the harness that plugs in with all the additional stuff, so like the fuel gauge, the 2-step wire, there's like a burnout mode wire, you can run external tacks, air condition on and off.
That's amazing, man.
All kinds of stuff in there. And then this is the Big Daddy harness that plugs into the computer, and it's the one that plugs into all those harnesses and makes
This
that
thing
work.
looks real intimidating, but hold it up real quick. Just pull it up. The only thing that you have to wire on this entire thing is 4 wires. You got a ground, a hot, a fuel pump, and ignition.
Yeah, the fuel pump, it's all built in, so it has its own fuel pump relay.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
main,
done.
and the fuel pump relay there, so it can power the fuel pump itself.
Right.
You just have to send that 12-volt
That
wire
is
back to the pump.
freaking awesome, man.
With, I mean, we're going to do the 2-step and all that stuff with it just because we're dumb. But really, you could plug this in and wire 3 wires in, and the engine will run.
Yeah. That is bizarre.
This is how simple. This is supposed to be what makes the LS simple. Is you can buy something like this that is all labeled, plug it in, and it just works.
Yeah. And the fact that everything is labeled so well, like TPS. I mean, it's all just...
You really have to try to mess it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's really laid out. Like, they send 2 different ones for your reluctor wheels, what that is.
Yeah.
24, 58. I mean, it's ground. I mean, it's awesome. This is really nice. Very,
So far, with my experience with the Aces stuff, is I am a fan of it.
yeah. See, I've never messed with anything like this before. And last night I was just kind of doing a little bit of research, and it's got really good feedback. That's nice. I'm excited, man.
That throttle body kit that's over there on the shelf I had on the boat, and it works awesome. And it was just as plug and play as this was.
Very cool. Well, that's probably a wrap for the night. I might try to piddle a little bit, but he's got to get to bed. I should probably do the same, and we'll pick up on it again one day here in the next future. Sunday, Monday.
It's got to get done.
Yeah. So, alright. Well, we're going to call it a night and pick up on this another day.
48 hours later.
Monday. It's Tuesday now, but I got a little update. Red was here earlier. He left, I had some dinner, and I came back out and did a little bit more to the car. But now I'm going to call it a day because work happens in the morning, and that comes sooner rather than later. So we'll walk you through all the stuff that we got done today and what we've got on the list so far. Let's do it. So first thing, the exhaust that is going to break the internet, gonna blow your wormhole, because I installed an X-pipe in an unconventional manner. I got a picture of it without the heat wrap on it, but I wanted to heat wrap it, one, to get kind of close to the transmission pan in here, so I didn't want to preheat the transmission, and it'll kind of help keep the floor from getting as hot going down the road or sitting in traffic. But we got front pipes down, X-pipe in an unconventional manner, but we're gonna see what it sounds like. It comes at the race bullets, and then that goes straight back, and then I'm waiting to put the 45s and tailpipes on it. I'm gonna dump in front of both rear tires, and I just want to make sure that they're even, so we will we'll put those on once it's up on the car, but I can't put that on the car by myself now because it's a bit much to handle. So, got the exhaust done. Red got the radiator put in. We got fans mounted. We got a big fan and a little fan, because what's better than one big fan? Is a big and a little one. I got radiator hoses. Don't really know. That one's obviously a flexi hose. That one was in my hose pile. I couldn't tell you what it's for, but it's got all the right bends and it makes one pass from there to there, no joints. So we're good there. Got the heater hoses looped because we don't need that where we're going. Got the computer mounted. The wiring harness is fully installed, minus the intake air temperature sensor. I need to order one of those from O'Reilly's tomorrow because we do not have that. The harness is, the bulk harness is kind of just laid up here still. Obviously I need to mount the relays and the fuses and stuff onto the firewall in a more neat and tidy fashion. All the main wires, we need to run those because I don't have the battery in. I don't have the, I'm going to put a big breaker as a junction post and a ground post and everything to run everything on the firewall, keep it all nice and neat and tidy and easy to diagnose if we got a problem. Same with the wire for the alternator. Need to put a resistor in this wire and hook it to the key, and that will energize the alternator, and obviously need to make a new alternator wire that runs over to the battery. Let's see what else. The shifter is completely done. It works. Thinking through. I got the screen mounted to the dash, so we'll be able to do all the stuff with that. And it's in pretty good eyesight when you're sitting in the car. It's nice and low, so it's not in the way. I wanted to kind of try and mount it up here, but it's too tall to fit in here and look halfway decent. And I'm mounting it, I don't want to screw any holes into anything or ruin what's left of the dash. So mounted there where the radio was. Years ago we had mounted a radio in the glove box because there was no glove box door anyways, and it might even still work, I don't know. But yep, we got that mounted. Let's take a look at the list here. We've got, I can mark one of those off if I can find a pin. There we go. Build exhaust, done. Built. Let's see what we've got left. The transmission cooler, we know where we're going to mount that, but we need to, I need to go get more hose for that and run a little bracket to hold it in place. Throttle cable, that's probably going to be the next big thing. That, between that and the fuel lines, those are our two big things, and then buttoning up the wiring for the wiring harness and all that, we will be able to actually fire this dude up and hear it make some sweet noises. I'm excited to hear what the abomination pipe sounds like. So, yeah. Do it all again tomorrow. Today is Monday. Like I said, it's Tuesday morning now. But, so Tuesday after work, I will be right back at it. I don't know if Red's coming over tomorrow or not, but just got to keep hammering away at it. I want to hear this thing run. I'm planning running Wednesday night is my plan. That way, it's running Wednesday night. There's a chance it may drive to work on Friday, but that's, if it runs Wednesday night, I'll be able to do the interior Thursday night, and then it'll be, I mean, driving besides washing it, should be driving at that point. So fingers crossed we get a ton done tomorrow, and we hear her bark off on Wednesday. That would be really cool. So good night.
All right. It is August 27th, back here working on the LS swap. I haven't been here in a couple days. CJ's been grinding it out on this thing. He's got the fuel tank mounted. We just got fuel put in it. He got the fuel line ran before I got here. We've been grinding out on this thing. The last couple times I've been here, I haven't actually filmed a whole lot. But CJ has. He's done some updates. But tonight should be the night that we hear this thing make some sound. We just got the exhaust hung back up. Gaskets, the exhaust looks really, really good. Yeah, we're getting close. He's got all the wiring. The wiring is ran. We're going to tuck it up a little bit after we get it to start. Hear it run for a minute. We do have to change a water pump. Water pump started leaking. It's weeping real easy, but we can still start it. Hear the engine run, make sure everything's good. Then there's some final things we can do once we hear it run. Maybe a small heat cycle. Let it run for a few minutes. See what it's going to do. Listen for some things. Yeah, we're getting close, man.
One air make noise. Good noise.
Yeah, we want
bad noise.
good sound coming out the tailpipes. No weird stuff up here.
Nothing here that's bad.
Yeah. We're getting close. We got to fill the transmission up with some shift juice. Tighten up the exhaust or the header bolts.
Plug the O2s in.
Plug in
and
the
lengthen
O2s.
the fuel pump wire temporarily just to run the pump through the computer.
Yeah. Other than that,
then I just got to program it.
let's go, dude. Let's go. I cannot believe that. I can't believe we just put gas in it like, hey, we're going to need this to make it run.
Right?
That's where we're at right now.
Wild.
Crazy. Yeah. Kill it and let it learn. It hit a lick. That intake is noisy.
That's because this pipe isn't piped into anything. That's the air that's sucked into here to run the motor.
Man.
For the ion.
Dude, it came right to life. Like, I don't even know if I believe that. Are we pouring any fluids? We're not pouring nothing. No way.
It didn't even sound that bad.
No, that sounded really good. Damn.
It did it. Sitting there idling. I think we need to check the transmission fluid again. It was kind of slow going in to drive.
Yeah.
Make it 40 pounds of oil pressure.
Alright. I'll take her for a rip, dude.
Let's do it.
I ain't been in this car in about 10 years.
Well, Welcome back. Look, the interior lights are even working. It does drone a bit.
Yeah, pretty bad. That's to be expected though. The exhaust still comes out under the car.
Yeah, probably gonna have to fix that.
Yeah.
It's gonna get annoying.
Oh, that belt is terrible.
Yeah, the belt needs to be replaced.
Yeah. How the brakes feel?
Squishy.
But working.
They stop. Is that good? And it sounds kind of like it used to. Speedo's working.
Might be still be low in fluid. Yeah.
But it made it back.
Made it back.
Well, I mean, we ran enough to where we ran it out of gas.
Yeah, we almost ran out of gas just now. Well, she made it on her maiden voyage. We stopped and talked to the neighbors who were also going to LS Fest.
In a much faster Fairmont.
Yeah. They were pretty impressed with our handiwork here, it seemed like. They're really, they have some really nice builds.
They have some fast cars.
Yes, they do. But anyway, the Torino did well. No major leaks. Definitely has a couple bugs we're working on. Transmission control. I think it's much better than it was.
It is. We looked up the vehicle speed sensor compensation percentage or something. Somebody on Facebook said to change the number to 26.2, and it was at 35?
39.
39?
Yep.
Changed it to that, and it stopped shifting incredibly early.
And the VSS, the actual speed of the sensor was reading like double.
Yeah, the speed of the sensor when we were doing 30 was reading like 60.
Yeah, it was definitely double. So that percentage actually makes sense when I sit there and think about it. If it was 40 and then we went down to 20 something.
Right.
So
essentially, if we needed to shift even later, we could lower that percentage even more.
Yeah.
The rear gear is set right, the tire size is set right, so it knows, for the most part, the right stuff. It's not puking out any liquids that I know of.
No, I mean,
it's not smoking.
No, it's not.
The belt is actively shredding itself all over.
Yeah,
everything.
The belt's in bad shape. It's just squalling.
It squalls. It's shedding. That's going to need to be replaced.
I put about 4 gallons of belt dressing on it.
An entire can of belt dressing is on, which I'm going to have to brake clean off all the pulleys.
You're welcome.
Or the new one's going to squeak.
Yep.
How's our heater hose deal over there looking?
Looking good.
Not leaking anything?
Not leaking. It's not piping hot. Everything's good, man.
It's dripping. I mean, it's like seeping power steering fluid ever so slightly. I'm not worried about that. I think.
Man, I'm tired.
Me too.
I'm so tired.
I think at this point, I need to tackle the interior because right now we're running drives.
Yeah.
It didn't feel sketchy on the back tires like they're out of round or shifted.
No.
It has that weird vibration when you stand in it from a dead stop. The car vibrates like it's trying to spin crappy tires, but I don't know if it is or not, or if it's some sort of like transmission slip, or this all binding up and getting weird.
I honestly think it's in this computer. The transmission, all the transmission problems.
It's tuning.
It's tuning. I really do.
And the fact that it doesn't actually have the converter that it was advertised.
Yeah, that's not
it's
a 28.
Definitely not 2800 stall. It's stalling at like 2000.
Yeah.
If
Just
that.
a little over factory.
It's slightly better than factory, and it doesn't shake on the cam.
Yeah. It's doing what it needs.
Good
but
daily
it's not
driver
21.
cam,
Yeah.
or good daily driver setup.
Yeah.
Not so good if you want to just do massive off the rip burnouts.
Yeah.
But I'm not changing that anytime soon. So we're just gonna live with that.
We're gonna check, make sure you got full throttle. We need to do that.
When do you need to do that? So I can adjust that cable if I need to.
But long story short, how many weeks have we been at this? 4?
4 if you count from the beginning of the video where we did the yanking the van out of the weeds.
Yeah.
That was 4 weeks.
A month. We've been at it a
Just
month.
about a month, and we've got 6 days.
Yeah. We got 6 days left before we have to be in this with our bags packed,
Bags, tools,
headed south.
frosty beverages, going southwards.
I would drive this dude to work tomorrow.
What time is it?
I don't know, 9 something. Probably 10 now.
9:45. I'll probably spend an hour
Yeah, I mean, you ain't got to drive it tomorrow.
yanking the interior out, and then maybe my boss will let me take a half day tomorrow, and I'll actually get the interior done.
Uh-huh. He might. He might.
This self-tapper stayed right there
Sweet.
the whole ride.
Well, I think that's going to be a wrap for this evening. He's going to tackle some interior stuff. I'm probably going to go home and get some sleep. I need to shave, man. I feel like
Mine's
I'm
up.
homeless,
Yeah,
man.
I got this
Like,
crazy scruffiness. It's all itchy.
I've been getting home like 2 a.m. Anyway, we're going to make LS Fest next week. The engine runs, transmission shifts. It's shifting better now. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to be there, and it's going to be a good time.
It may not be as rowdy as we thought it was going to be, but that just means we get to watch other people break their stuff.
Yeah, I just want to get there.
Yeah, I don't want to have to fix this in a Burger King parking lot
Yeah.
in Bowling Green.
Let's not. All right, man. I'm going to wrap it up.
Let's do it.
Okay. Till Sunday, maybe, or something for me.
Till the next time.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
We're locked and loaded. Got some emergency stuff back here.
Can't put anything in the trunk because the gas tank's in the trunk and there's holes in the trunk
Yeah.
that stuff would go through. So that's the trunk.
Yep. We're loaded. We're southwest bound.
That way.
South. Well, we just stopped at this little town in Kentucky off the expressway to get some fuel. Check to see how much fuel we used and check the car over. We've been on the road for about an hour or so. Getting ready to get back on the expressway, get through Louisville, and then we'll probably stop one more time before we get to Bowling Green. So, if my math is correct, we're getting like 18 miles to the gallon, which is kind of crazy. Just, I mean, we're cruising like 2,300 RPM, 65 mile an hour.
It's a fuel sipper, dude.
Yeah, just daily driver. So, we're still southbound. All right, we stopped one last time before Bowling Green. got some snacks, topped off the fuel tank, and we are in fact getting 18 miles to a gallon.
That's awesome.
I would never guess. I was thinking 10 to 12.
Saving all kinds of money.
Yeah. So not nearly as bad as we thought it was going to be. The drone and the sound of the exhaust and the sound of the wind and stuff it's pretty bad.
It's aggressive.
It is aggressive.
I can't hear anything.
Yeah, I got nothing. I'm just completely tone deaf right now. But we're going to get rolling here in just a second. And we got about 45 minutes to Bowling Green. So we're not going to make it by dark, but we just did a light check. Looks like everything's working. Car so far is doing great.
As long as it starts here when we leave.
Yeah, as long as it starts right now. So we're getting ready to roll.
Let's do it.
Let's do this.
Lime juice on there.
Some good stuff right there. Well,
Buddy, you can't go wrong with a taco truck.
especially at the Corvette Museum.
At the Corvette Museum. Buddy's from California. I've been there. Good tacos there. Turns out he brought him here.
Torino made it. Transmission is less than happy in first to second, but staying the par in the other gears.
So just don't beat the hell out of it.
Right.
And we'll be fine.
Yeah. Made it here flawlessly.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely just astonished. We built this car in 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks built this thing. We drove it 2 hours.
It was just, no,
2.5
3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours.
Hitting 18 miles a gallon.
18, dude, I still don't think that's right, but every time we stopped,
That's the math.
yeah, 18.4 miles to the gallon,
That's the
both
math.
times.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are getting us a little something to eat. We are getting us a little something to eat.
The party's not even that wild right now.
Oh, it's a Thursday night.
And that's what's happening.
It's insane. This place is wild. Like, we're over on the far side just getting us some grub. It's chaos over there. That's where we're going here in a minute.
Yeah, we're going to go over there.
Saturday morning. It's pretty early. Turn the defrost on here with the arm strength going on. We're gonna roll. We're headed over to Beach Bend. Is it Beach Bend Motors Park or Motorsports Park?
Yeah.
That's where we're headed. See how the transmission feels this morning. It's gonna feel fine.
It's going to be fixed itself.
Yeah.
Had a good sleep.
Yeah, just needed a break.
Feels better now.
Yep.
Told me.
So we're gonna get rolling. Get over there and see what we can see. The transmission sounds like a power steering pump whining.
They both move the same type of fluid.
I don't either.
But the top of it said drag race sign-in.
We didn't bring enough transmission for that.
No.
Thanks, bud. Have a good day.
You're welcome, y'all do.
Yeah, we definitely don't have the transmission for any drag
Yeah.
racing, brother.
We'll probably do some roll racing.
Yeah.
From like an 80 roll.
Yeah. As long as it's in locked up overdrive, we're good.
As long as the torque converter is locked in overdrive, we can race all day. We'll be lucky if we can park.
Yeah.
The reverse to drive situation?
Terrible. Terrible.
Not
which is unbelievable. Oh, build you a 4L80, Phil. It's like, come on.
I bought that stupid van specifically for that 4L80.
Yeah.
The one reason. The 6.0 was just extra. And it turned out to be poop.
It was a turd too.
Turns out the transmission it was bolted to was poop too.
Man.
Look at that though.
We're gonna see a lot of money here.
Yeah.
Look at that though.
Look at that though.
Nice ride, dude.
29 minutes. We're gonna start on a stop.
It's here. It's here, buddy. Go ahead and I think we gotta walk that way and up maybe.
Looking like there's stuff over there. Wet outside.
It's actively raining. We have no wipers. We did rain exit though.
That made no difference.
That actually probably made it worse, in my opinion.
I think it did actually make it worse.
Made it smear. But LS Fest for us is done. We spent all day there yesterday, and it was a lot of fun. Definitely come back. Maybe 2 vehicles next year, maybe if I have something. It's hard to say, but we made it down here. Now we just got to make it home. We have less transmission than we started this journey with. Second gear's basically jello. Yeah, jello, pudding, mashed potatoes, whatever you want to call it. The opposite of what you want inside your transmission for a gear is what we got. Other than that, no issues to report. It's a big one, but
pretty big issue.
We're gonna nose this thing north and just.
And once we get on the interstate, we don't need second.
That's true. Yeah. Anyway, coffee, northbound.
Deal.
Well, we made it about 100 miles until we ran into some traffic.
We didn't hit traffic at all on the way down here.
No, on the way down here, I mean, the only time we actually stopped is when we stopped to get gas or whatever.
Yep.
We're still tracking about 18 miles to the gallon. Transmission is happy at 70 mile an hour at 24 to 2,500 RPMs. At that speed, it does not slip. We're currently traveling 1 mile an hour in stop and go traffic. So we're doing the opposite of what the transmission likes. So once we get through this traffic, if we still have the transmission, we'll be lucky.
It's gonna learn to like it.
It has no option because we're going north and this is it. So we got got about 100 miles left, just under 100 miles, like 90 something. So get through this traffic, hopefully get back up to cruising speed, and we can get back to the homestead. Tell the people where we're at.
What's this place called?
I think it's technically Jackson County.
I don't know. We're making the HOA fees go up as we speak by the
Right.
minute. We ran it until it started to puke its guts all over the exhaust.
Yeah, which is very dangerous.
Fluid was getting hot.
Yeah, we don't want transmission fluid to catch on fire. It was just slipping in every gear. It's toast. Engine, flawless, phenomenal.
It made it out of Louisville.
Yeah.
That was our thing. We got to Louisville, just on the south side of Louisville, when we got out of that traffic, and it went to mostly neutrals. We got off the interstate. I cranked the line pressure up as a Hail Mary, and we decided we were going to take back roads to get to 42 and take that all the way north at a more reasonable speed. And to stop and go through Louisville, through the back little
Just
city
killed
streets and
it,
stuff.
yeah.
It just absolutely munched it. We made it just out of Louisville and started rolling smoke out. We could smell the fluid burning.
It's time to shut it down.
We decided we needed a car wash.
Yeah, so we just bombed it off the side of the road at the closest left-hand turn we can make. It was this car lot, and then we just decided to let it cool down.
Car wash people are cool. They were like, yeah, man, I don't care. Just leave it there.
Yeah, it looks like a piece of crap. Just leave it sit there.
Yeah, right?
So we got lunch, and CJ called his wife, and she's on her way with the trailer. Unfortunately, that's just the way it's going to have to happen.
That is. She has eaten her last haul.
Yep, she's toast.
This poor lady. And I think it's time it gets a manual. We should have just done that in the first place.
Yeah, didn't really have time though.
No, it's going to take a little bit more time, and I've got other projects in line ahead of this one again.
Yeah.
But that part there works.
Yeah, the
phenomenal.
engine. Oh my gosh, man! It has plenty of power to move this car around. There was a few times here on the way home. The engine was up in the RPMs.
It was kissing 6,000 RPM for
A couple miles.
minutes.
Yeah.
Minutes at a time.
Yeah, because it would just go to second gear at 55 mile an hour.
And you can't just stop.
Yeah.
We're in construction. There's
Yeah. Just a
71.
bad time. Bad time. Anyways, that's a wrap on the LS Fest trip.
I was really hoping we were going to end this in a giant smoky burn.
Yeah, like right outside the shop, all the naysayers.
Turns out, giant smoky transmission.
Yeah, we made some smoke happen. Just come out of the transmission. We're good.
Right.
Anyways, that's a wrap on the LS Fest. The LS Swap Torino lived. We made it 250 miles ish. Just shy of the 300 round. No, wait a minute. Wait. Back that up.
Past halfway home.
Yeah, so it was 200 down, 200 back. We made it 200, 300 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. I don't know.
It'll live again. It'll live again.
It ain't dead yet, just transmission's dead.
Yeah, the car itself will live in even greater amounts of mileage.
Yeah. So transmission's always the problem. That was not in my bingo card.
That was the 4L80.
Everybody, oh, you get you a 4L80, it's the best out there.
Yeah, 4L60 sucked. Get a 4L80. Way better.
Yeah.
It hasn't worked right since we put it in there.
We're gonna take his car and go park it in the shade somewhere. We got about an hour and a half wait. So let's go find a shady spot.